Hi guys, welcome back to your weekly Tarotscope. I'm just shuffling your deck here and we will be off to the races. As always, we will start with the theme of the week and then go through the full zodiac. We are starting with Taurus season because that's what we're in right now. And then get all the way around to Aries. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so our theme of the week is the Page of Pentacles. I'm seeing a lot on our minds right now. And it is a lot of the weight and the things that are on our minds are our worries, our concerns. These are all, not that they're not valid or not that they don't exist, but they are only so heavy because we're making them so. These are things that we're all just worried about up here, right? So it's not something necessarily that is going to happen. It's more like worst case scenario, or like, did I make the right decision or do the right thing? It's more of things like that. You're kind of looking on recent actions or recent decisions or recent situations and happenings and assessing them. There may have been, or you may be going through some type of a difficulty, and it seems like you're not sure if you made the right call here. But you don't really, so like the way that things are going at the moment, it's very slow, a slow progression, a slow movement forward. So you don't have to be concerned about whether something is going to happen really fast, like something unexpected is going to come out of this, or something is like changes are going to happen really quick. You're going to have time to adjust here. So there is kind of an adjustment period that has to happen. So you're going to be allowed that. You're going to have time to, whether it's a grieving period or like an easing into something, it's like you're gonna have that, and it's not gonna be quite fast and hard and difficult. It's gonna be more like slow and methodical. So you're gonna have a chance to kind of work your way into this new place that you're moving into. Wow, you're so close to having everything kind of set and done, right? Or at least you thought you were. You were really close to like, oh my God, great establishment. I'm seeing establishment, like everything is kind of falling into place. Everything has its box in my world. Great, this is awesome. I'm feeling like a lot of security and stability. And then something there, nothing changed, but you realize something came to the forefront, something that has been there all along, and it's more this kind of feeling or this understanding that you've always had about it, but it's now you had either the courage to do something about it, or you just came to a new understanding of it. You're like, wow, this had its time and place in my life and now it doesn't, or vice versa, right? Or maybe that's switched for you. But any transition is difficult when you're going through the changes, when you're going through anything that is a learning curve or experience, you're gonna have to, you know, go through all the things that come with it, right? All the stages of emotion, the stages of letting go, or the stages of whatever it is. It kind of like riding a bike. So when you're a kid and you're learning how to ride a bike, you have this goal in mind. You know why you're doing it, you know, and you're really excited for that end goal. But you have to get through, you got to get on the bike first of all. You can't be so scared of this thing because you might fall or because it's not gonna be easy to learn. You get on, you just do it, you go for it, and yes, you fall. Yes, you get wobbly and you're unsure. You get nervous, you get a scrape on your knee, whatever it is, like, you know, these things happen. And it's just all part of the process, part of the experience. But you inevitably finally get it. And how amazing is that? When it happens, you're like, you're so proud of yourself. Everyone else who's there helping you out is really proud of you and supporting you and clapping and just like, woo, you know, everyone can feel that excitement for you. And that's what you're working towards now. That's where you're getting to. It's just hard to see if and when that's coming because you're still in the wobbly bike transition. You're still in the wobbly bike stage, like not really sure, or you're still falling off and you're still getting scrapes on your knees. But you know, that's not going to be forever. That's just for right now. So trust in the process. Trust in the process. I know you're going to be thinking about this a lot. And that's okay. You can think about it, you can reminisce, you can ruminate. I think that this is actually something good for many of you to go over things where mistakes have been made in the past so that you can grow from them and learn from them. That's a big message for a lot of you out there. Just taking what you're learning from your feelings and your experience right now and in the recent past. Okay, guys? Page of Pentacles, theme of the week. All right, Taurus, the lovers. That's cute. All right. Some of you are getting real cute and cuddly with someone else. Very literally, the lovers. Well, that's really nice for your birthday season. I hope many of you are feeling this love. And for others of you, you're kind of wanting this. I'm feeling you wanting this love and affection and yearning for this love and affection. And for some of you, you're separated from the person you do have feelings for, whether it's potential to grow to this greater love or it's something you have between you already. You just want that comfort and warmth of a person who loves you and you love. Just like cuddling in bed. I'm seeing all these creature comforts, right? Like just like under the covers, like cozy and warm and watching Netflix, or like, you know, sitting and eating dinner and having some wine, or, you know, things like that. You just want love. You just want to love and be loved. It's safety too. You want to feel safe. You need someone to catch you when you fall. And if you don't have this person right now that's making you feel this way, it's making you kind of vulnerable. You're feeling very vulnerable if you don't have someone who is there to support you and catch you. And I'm feeling like a lot of you, even if you do have this person or partner who you rely on a lot, there's some situation or something happening right now where you don't feel like you can go to them for whatever reason. You don't feel like you can rely on them. You don't feel like they're going to support you in some way. It's almost as if maybe you're afraid to tell them something or approach them with something that you know they're not going to like it, or you know that this isn't going to be received well. Trust them. Trust them, Taurus. Have a little bit more trust. And even if it isn't completely well received, let them know maybe prior to opening up with them about this, how much their support means to you, how much their opinion matters and is valued. They need to know and be aware just how much weight they hold before they're allowed a reaction, right? Because maybe they won't jump to a conclusion. Maybe they will actually stop, take a moment to digest whatever it is that you're about to tell them, and get a little bit more rational, or get a little bit more even keel, even-headed, rather than just jumping on top of it, just pouncing on it. That's important for many of you out there. But their support is going to be important and essential in whatever this is. So you do need to open up about it. It is, this is a person that is going to be important for you to have and lean on. And if you're having problems in a relationship, it's time to talk about those types of things. You need to feel like you have someone who you can lean on when you feel weak, who can also trust you when they feel weak. They can trust that you are devoted. You are completely theirs. There might be some doubts about that for some reason, for some of you. This is all about being each other's, like, wingman, wingwoman, in the sense of just partnership, in the sense of being there to catch the other one when they fall, being there, like, in case, even if you don't fall, but just having that comfort, that knowing, that support, that, you know, I got you. So that's what it's all about for you, Taurus, this week. Gemini, the devil. Ooh. Ooh, scary. Not really. It's okay, Gem. Don't be worried now. I kind of just seen you being a little lazy, letting bad habits get the best of you. Maybe you kind of like skipped out on some workouts, or you're just having mimosas in the morning, a happy hour in the afternoon, and then a little nightcap with dinner. Like, you're just like getting caught up in some bad habits here for a lot of you. And lots of others, maybe lusty thoughts. Just kind of like very slothy and very, very lusty. Just like, but I just kind of see you like wavy, you know. I'm just seeing you wavy, like you're on the couch laying here, like, and then you get up and then you just on the bed, like, now you're on the bed, and you know, you're just kind of going like that, making your way through the house like that. I hope you're enjoying the dramatics. But that's kind of what I'm seeing with you here. And you're not really getting things done. You're kind of maybe convincing yourself that you're doing something. You're like, well, I'm thinking about it first, or I'm strategizing in my head, or I'm like, you're making excuses for yourself, but you know damn well that you ain't doing jack shit. Okay, Gemini, I'm sorry, but you know. Don't act like you don't know. You know what's up. You know what's going on, okay? But the underlying issue here, it's not that you are lazy or you really just don't want to do anything. I mean, maybe you don't want to do anything, but there's an underlying issue here. There's a reason that you're feeling this way, and that is because you're having some I want to call it anxiety, but it's not, that's not the right word for it. Angst. It's angst. You're feeling very angsty. Like, think of an angsty teenager, super emo. You're in emo mode. And you're just like, whatever, mom. Like, I don't even care. You don't get me. Very, that's you. You're going from couch to bed, just slamming doors. Jeez, God, don't get mad at me, Jem. I'm speaking truth. Sorry, these cards are actually bigger than normal tarot size cards, so they fly all over the place whenever I'm shuffling them, when I'm holding them. For some reason, they just end up everywhere. But I digress. So yeah, you're feeling very angsty. Some of you, this is love related. Others of you are just kind of in a funky funk. You're just like, I don't know. You're just feeling like mush. Like depressed. Some of you may be depressed. So what you're doing here is these habits, like you're trying to cover up your angst and depression with pleasure. You're trying to make yourself happy. You just don't want to be feeling these feelings. You don't want to feel like crap. You want to feel, you want to feel, So you're trying to cure or mask this or push this down with whatever your drug of choice is. Now, drug of choice doesn't have to necessarily be drugs. For some of you, yeah, sure. Can be, some people consider alcohol a drug, but anything that you're like, you form an unhealthy dependence on or addiction to, which can be really anything, right? Like, so yes, lust and sex can be one of them. Like, alcohol can be something else. It could be just anything that you do to try to push the rest of the world away. It gives you an excuse to not face your problems, not face your fears, or it's something that gets in the way of living a healthy, fulfilled life. Yes? So that could be, it could really be anything. It could be something that you don't even consider harmful. But listen, if you like to color and that's your escape from life, so every time you get sad, you start to color and you shut the whole world away. Everyone's like, hey Gemini, are you okay? Like, I just want to check up, and you're like, I'm coloring, I'm busy. That's like your excuse, right? Then coloring's not good for you. Coloring is not helping you cope. It's like a defense mechanism, basically. So you need to find ways to help yourself recuperate, right? Regenerate and blossom, like come back up. You're kind of a flower that's like this, and you're kind of wilting, and you need to find what nourishes you to gently open yourself back up again, to gently nurse yourself back to happiness and health. Not something that's going to keep you here, but just keep you occupied or busy or distracting you for a little bit, or give you an excuse to push the world away. That's not going to help you. So you need to find that thing that nourishes you and brings you back to life. Okay, Gemini? There you go. Cancer. Wheel of Fortune. Woo, man, things are about to change for you, Cancer. Big changes, big changes, big changes. It's like life as you know it is gone. That was a little dramatic and intense. Okay, listen. I'm not saying your whole entire life is gonna change, but things are moving in a very different direction from where you just were, or where you once were, or the life that you have led up until this point. Think about all the way that your life has kind of gone, like things that repeating patterns and habits and cycles that have just kind of gone, or you're like, this always happens to me, or, oh yeah, that's typical. Like anything like that has been, kind of like you could say is a reflection of your life in many ways. That's kind of about to change. Okay, so you're about to enter a new cycle that's gonna kind of weed out a lot of things that were butting heads in your life. A lot of it's kind of like opposing forces. This is really kind of a tough thing to explain, to put into words, but it's as if you had two opposing forces working in your life, and this thing is working on this side to push you to do one thing, this thing was pushing you to do something else, and they were both trying to work for you, but because they're both working at the same time when they needed to work maybe on different timelines, they kept butting heads, so you kept hitting a brick wall. Right? So you could only get to a certain point. You couldn't get past it in your life. You're like, every time I get here, I can't move past, like, this is as far as I go, right? This is as far as it goes, and that's it. That's about to end. Everything's like, now everything's like, okay, so we're going from here, and then it's like, landing, and now everything can, I hope this imagery is making sense, butting heads. Now everything's like, like finding their place. Yeah, so things are finding their place and now working cohesively, working together and aligning, and it's so beautiful. I'm just seeing like all the things working in tandem. Yes. I can't tell you what those things are for you personally, because in everyone's lives it's going to be something different. Maybe you've been struggling with love, maybe you've been struggling in your career, maybe you've been struggling with your family relationships. Wherever the pattern has been, start to expect a shift to begin. And understand that when a shift happens like this, it doesn't mean all of a sudden every area of your life is just going to be like, boop, like a light switch is going to change. It's more so that one thing affects the other, which affects the other. It's kind of like a chain of events, right? Gets sets off, like something happens, and then, okay, think about it like this. You get a new job. You lost your job. You're upset. You don't know what you're going to do. You get a call. Hey, oh, you got the job. Oh, I got the job. You call your mom. You're like, Mom, I'm so excited. I got the job. She's super excited for you. You guys haven't been having a tough relationship, right? Like, you call her first one because you're just that excited and you're not thinking about anything else except you want to share this news. Oh, now all of a sudden now your bond has gotten a little bit closer because you shared the news with her first, and she's like, oh my God. And she's really proud of you. Now she's telling everybody, and everyone's like, oh my God, that's great. And then this person calls you who you haven't heard from in forever. And you're just like, oh my God, how are you? And they're doing good. And you catch up, and it's great. And now you're feeling really good because you're energized that you have this, you know, this relationship is getting nurtured all of a sudden. And so you got this new job. You've just improved your relationship with your mom, like in an instant. And your mom's really proud of you. And now you've reconnected with this person from the past, and you're feeling really good. You're walking around feeling great now, like, right? And so now good things are being attracted to you because you were sending out really positive, great energy. And it just keeps snowballing. So I hope that kind of helps give you a little bit of perspective and an idea of what I'm talking about. It's kind of just a snowball effect. And then, you know, you get put in certain places at certain times, and things just unfold gracefully and naturally, and it's great. I'm not saying that your whole entire life is just gonna be perfect from now on, but things are changing, right? So things are like, think about a crank, and then it's slowly, you're like trying to crank it, and it gets easier and easier as you keep going, because now all the little grommets are turning. So the first one starts turning, and then it click, gets the second one in motion, click, the third one, and then all of a sudden it's going, and now you doing the work becomes a lot easier for you to spin this crank. I'm giving you all the imagery again here to help you guys out. So it's kind of like that. So the crank is just starting to get going for you. Things are turning. Really exciting time for you. You're not, I'm not saying it's going to be a surprise, but this is not something you could see maybe at the beginning of the week. Maybe it could happen for some of you, but it's kind of gonna be in the background, or it was in the background up until it starts happening. And then you kind of seeing it, and you're like, wow, you didn't really expect it or realize that this would change for you anytime soon. So you're taking a step into your future right now. Your future and your fate, if you want to call it, is starting to turn. Like the wheels are starting to turn and bring you somewhere. Exciting. Wheel of Fortune, Cancer. Fun. Leo, Ace of Wands. Ooh, this new power. There's a newfound power that you have within yourself, or you're feeling within yourself. It's very exciting, very, for some of you, giving you massive anxiety. But listen, anxiety is a form of excitement, right? It doesn't feel like it, but it is. You're ready to forge out on your path. You're ready. You kind of come up with this idea, like you've been trying to figure this out maybe, or it's something has eluded you for a very long time. And now you're ready. It's as if you have this idea, and now you've not only gotten an idea, but you've put little like sub ideas within this big idea. You're like, ooh, you know what? I can do this, or I can have that. And then once I get that, then this can happen, and I can do this and this and this, and this will open the door for that. And it's just very exciting and great and new, and there's so much. You're so driven here. I see lots of drive and motivation. You've someone or something, or maybe just this idea popping up has sparked, like lit a fire under your ass. It's just sparked you, and it brings you joy thinking about this, yes, but there is a journey. This starts you on a journey, and it may be a new journey. You may have to leave something behind if you've not already done that or taken that step out. This is a journey both away from your home, and it's a journey away from the familiar but towards your home, towards where you're supposed to go. where you're supposed to end up. Oh, it's beautiful. So, yes, very exciting time. Focus on the joy here, and what you have in your hands is very powerful and very special for you. So this isn't a pipe dream, or at least it doesn't have to be. If you don't make any moves, if you don't pair action with this, with your intention, it's not going to manifest. It's not going to happen for you. Maybe pieces of it might show up, things might pop up having to do with it, kind of almost look at that as like a nudge in the right direction. It's like kind of a nod from the universe saying, hey, you should do this. Like, here, we're throwing you a bone. Take it. Do it. Go for it. Try it. But you don't have to take it. And you can stay. But you should take it. You should take it. You should do it. You're gonna be so happy you did. It's very exciting times for you, Leo. Lots of newness, new flourish. Things are about to flourish for you. They kind of are. For some of you, you're already excited, super pumped up, can't wait. For others of you, you have this idea, and yes, you're excited and super pumped, but you are scared as fuck. You're also scared as fuck. Don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared of. All right, Leo? I'm just going to leave it there for you. Don't be scared. Virgo, the sun. Here comes the sun, Virgo. Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles is playing in my head. And I know, naturally the sun and that song would go together, but maybe want to listen to that. There might be something there for some of you. Or you just listen to a good tune, you know. Yeah, actually, it really does have to do with the song. So if you hear the lyrics of the song, they just kind of keep playing, it's all right, here comes the sun. Everything's going to be amazing, Virgo. Everything's going to be amazing. I mean, that's what I'm seeing here, and it's just like the lyrics of the song. You've been holding it together. And people, whether or not people could see it before, people are starting to notice and recognize that now. So if you've been going through a hard time, or if you've been trying to hold it together, people are now recognizing what a good job you're doing of it. It doesn't mean they're gonna know that you are going through something, or that your personal stuff is gonna start coming out. I don't see that being the case. I don't see most people realizing that you've been in not the best position for whatever reason, or not feeling the best for whatever reason. But you're gonna start being much more noticeable, or you're gonna be coming up in conversation, or people are gonna be thinking about you, or just bringing you up like, hey, how's Virgo? Where's Virgo? What's a Virgo doing? And we'll be like, I don't know, they look like they're doing great. But you're just gonna be able to show people that you're holding it together in the best way possible, and you're doing good. I don't know if they'll believe it or not, but that's what you're gonna exude. That's the idea. That's what you want to show. You want to be like, everything's wonderful. What are you talking about? I mean, couldn't be better. And that's what you're gonna put out there, right? And that's what you want to believe too. It's almost like fake it till you make it, right? So you're like, well, if I can just pretend like everything's fantastic, maybe I'll believe it too. And it's not that it isn't okay, or for some of you, you know, things might not be really that bad. You just want to look like you are 100%. You don't like people perceiving you in a certain way. You want them to perceive you however you decide you should be perceived. Yes? So it's more of that than anything. I mean, people will look at you and say, oh, you look good, you look happy, but they don't know why. They're like, I don't know what's so great about Virgo's life or what's going well, but they look like they're doing well. So, you know, you're holding up all the strings, like I'm seeing you like in a theater, but it's a one-man show, right? Like everyone bailed except for you, but the show must go on. And the audience is packed and you're just trying to keep it going, so you're like pulling the curtains, and then you quick change into the other person's costume, and you're like blah blah blah, and then you run to the back, and then you're quick changing, and then you come out the stage right, and you're like, da, 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 you know, and then you keep going back. Like, I'm seeing you be everything here, right? You're being everything, you're doing everything, everyone's part, and you're pulling it off. People might think that something's kind of up, but they can't put their finger on it. They don't really know what it is. They don't know anything behind the scenes. They don't know anything you don't let them see. Aha. For some of you, there is a message there. And the message is, some of you have some friends and family that are concerned about you, yes? And you're not letting them in. You're showing them, I'm great, I'm fine, I'm good, or you're maybe just not showing them anything at all, and they're having to figure it out for themselves. So you're gonna want to get in touch with these people, so because they care about you and they want to know what's going on. They want to know you're okay. For real okay. They want to make sure that you're for real okay. So whoever it is that you feel comfortable enough to open yourself up to, that will help you right now if you're struggling. So feel free to do that. Okay, Virgo? Great. Libra. Strength. All right, Libra. Oh, this card is ripped. Bummer. It's one of my favorites. Libra, you're kinda going, why do I always have to be the one who blank? Why do I always have to wash the dishes? Why do I always have to be the one that makes the plans? Why do I always have to be the one that does this, that? You know, you don't necessarily mind doing it, but you don't want to do it all the time. You don't want it to be your job. But you're reliable. People know that they can lean on you, or maybe one person in particular, or perhaps your boss or a coworker. You are someone that will do this no fail. And they know it, and they know that they can just lean on you for that, and they can kind of like be a little lazy, get away with it. And they're like, Libra will do it. Libra likes doing it. They might think you like doing it. They might think that it gives you a sense of purpose. Because some people do things for that reason, right? It gives them validation. It makes them feel like, this is my accomplishment of the day, or these are the things that I do. This is my job, right? Like, and they like that. But some people do these things because they feel like no one else is going to do them. And that's kind of where you're at right now. But other people, for some of you, some people may not realize that. They might just think you like doing it, so they just let you do it. They're just like, oh, Libra likes to do that stuff. And then for others of you, there's people that are just kind of taking advantage, right? So you have to discern which situation you're in. If people are taking advantage, in a nice, gentle way. There is a way to approach that situation and acknowledge it, and you should, because you shouldn't feel like you're being taken advantage of all the time, or it's your job to do something when it really isn't. It's not really fair to you, and you're all about justice and fairness, yes? So you have every right to say something or bring it to someone's attention. So that's my advice for you, Libra. It shouldn't be too hard. Scorpio, Queen of Wands. Oh, Scorpio, let's see here. I'm seeing you kind of torn about whether or not you should say something about a certain situation. You've got your 2 cents, and you've definitely got an opinion, but you're kind of like, should I even bother, or should I wait to hear what this person has to say first? Like, maybe I should wait to respond rather than interject. So that actually may be a very smart move for you right now. It might be time to take a step back, listen, and let someone else explain. Let someone else have their moment, take it in, and really process that, digest it, think about it. So you can weigh what you thought it was versus their side of the story, and then come to some kind of real conclusion, rather than just being staunchly on your side, or, and already defensive and things like that. Give them a chance. Give them a chance to talk. Give them a chance to have their say and plead their case in some of your situations. I'm just kind of seeing you, though, sitting there like, like in your head, you're like, yeah, okay, bullshit. But you're not even really listening to what they have to say. You're just hearing them, but you're not really listening. So try really hard, Scorpio, rather than passing judgment while they're talking in your head and be like, yeah, okay, that's crap, or you know what, and you're kind of arguing with them in your mind while they're talking. Maybe lower that a little bit and actually listen and take it in. Try your hardest to do that, rather than to just be judging everything that they're saying off the bat, or being defensive or argumentative in your own mind. Even though you're not saying it out loud, that doesn't make it listening, just because you're not saying it, okay? Just because you're not actively talking doesn't mean you're listening. Try to actively listen, and that's going to help things a lot, and it's going to bring you to a better place, a place of deeper connection and deeper understanding on a very real level, where you can start to build a good foundation here. And it will give you, something to be hopeful about, something to be optimistic about. It's funny though, I'm just seeing her, like the expression on her face kind of looks like, whatever, like, yeah, sure, right, and that's the sense I get of how you're feeling when you're listening to this person talk. But at the same time, she's holding this sunflower. So even though she's not really she's not picking up whatever you're putting down, there is holding on to this optimism, to this hope that things will still turn out okay, or things will be good, So the way to do that, if you really want things to be good, really actively listen, take it in, process it. Don't just react. Don't just respond. Don't just automatically write it off because you already have your feelings and opinions, or you have an automatic feeling and opinion. Just really listen. That's what I'm hearing for you, is just really listening is going to be key here. And even if you still disagree, It doesn't matter because it gives you the opportunity to work it out. Alrighty, Scorpio. Whoops. Queen of Wands. Oh, these cards are flying everywhere. Sagittarius. Two of Pentacles. Ooh. Some of you are juggling too many things right now. But this is not anything new for you, huh, Sag? Whether it's two people, two jobs, two ideas. Some people are juggling two apartments. That's interesting. I would like to hear more about that. For those of you juggling two apartments, that sounds like a fun story. All right, you're a little bit in over your head right now, Sagittarius. It would be in your best interest to put one of these things down, make a choice, ease up, just make life easier on yourself. You're making life hard on yourself. It's all your own doing. It is all your own doing. Or find a better balance. If you can't let go of one of these things for whatever the reason is, find a way that you can balance them. Find a way that you can make it work for yourself and not be so crazy and chaotic for your life. You're really... Part of you I know enjoys this because it's exciting and fun, trying to figure it out. It's like a challenge. But the reality is it's doing more harm than good for you. So you really want to ease up, chill out a little bit, and simplify your life. That is your message. Ooh, quick and straight to the point, Sag. Simplify. Capricorn, 8 of Wands. Oh, you're moving fast. You are going for it. There's no stopping you now. Ain't no stopping us now. Well, that's not the tune, but again, look it up, Google it. Yeah, you're flying. I'm seeing you like no holds barred. You're like, you know what? I'm just going for it. You've decided this is what you want. This is what you're gonna do. That's it. You've already made all your decisions. You're not even thinking anymore. I mean, you're just too excited. You can't hold back. Look at you go, Capricorn. All right, get it. Go get it. Yeah, this is just something you can't wait on. You don't want to wait. You want to move. You want to make moves. You want to communicate your excitement and your passion. Yeah, this is go, 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 but I am seeing though, you're gonna move really fast, right? But then all of a sudden you're gonna be like, uh-oh, like, should I move that fast? Did I jump the gun? You're gonna have that moment after this, right? Don't worry about it. Just do it. Don't worry about the moment after. But just understand that I'm hearing that that's just your nature though, right? You're not usually someone who jumps in or dives in. You put a little bit more thought, you assess, you look from the sides, you lurk in the shadows and check things out and observe, and then you move. You don't usually pounce like this, but you're doing it. You're throwing caution to the wind, and it's okay. You're gonna have that moment afterwards where you're like, oh, I can't believe I just did that, or oh, should I have done that? But you should have. You will. You should, and you will, and it's gonna be good, and you're going to move forward from it. It's going to have follow through, even after that moment of, should I? You're gonna have follow through. And it's gonna progress. So in reality, this is the progression and the energy that you need to be exuding right now. So this is exciting. This is really good for you, Capricorn. Don't second guess it. You will, but it's okay. Everything is going to move forward according to plan, or lack thereof. All right, next, Aquarius, Justice. A decision has been made consequences to follow, or perhaps consequences are happening now due to past actions and decisions. In your eyes, this was the smartest, wisest thing that you could do. And you were right. This is the smartest, wisest decision that you could have made. You are using all of the information at hand, and you're doing what you think is best. And that's all that you can do right now, Aquarius. That is all that anyone can ask from you, and that you can ask from yourself. So I'm hearing a sentence, so it's kind of like you've sentenced someone to sorry. Low battery. You've sentenced someone to whatever it is, whether it's like they're on a probationary period with you, or you're like, listen, I'll give you a second chance, but you're on thin ice, or, you know, this isn't working, or this, or like, wow, you've really proven yourself. On the other hand, maybe someone's really proven themselves, and you're like, you know what, think I'm liking what I'm seeing here. You know, here's a cookie. Kind of like, yes, so some of you, I'm seeing for some of you are like training a dog. So it's kind of like, oh, sit, they didn't sit, finally you get them sitting, like, oh, you're praising, good, give a treat, like positive reinforcement. So I'm seeing that for a lot of you. It's a positive reinforcement, or kind of training someone in a certain way. Like, we're showing them something, exposing them to something to make them realize what, like, It's a Wonderful Life, like you're Clarence, you're like the angel to show them what they can't see. They're like, oh, my life sucks, blah, blah, and you're like, no, it doesn't. I wish I was never born. Well, this is what life would be like if you were never born. Like, you're kind of acting as Clarence. Yeah. So, and you're showing them all the things that they can't see, and making them realize all the things that they haven't been able to realize up until this point. So that's what's going on for you. Things are to be determined right now. Sorry to say, I can't tell you yes or no. This is going to be great. This is not going to be great. It's very up in the air. It's still too early in the process. It's still a little bit too early to tell where this is going to end up or where it's going to go. But this is a good thing for you as well, even if it seems like you're the teacher here, or you're the one showing someone else something. You, just like Clarence gained his wings at the end of the movie, you're going to gain something big from this as well. So trust in that, Aquarius. All right, next up we have Pisces. 2 of Wands. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 of Wands. My bad. Woo, all right, you've gotten through the contemplation stage, and you are up and out. Peace out. Ooh, I'm hearing you peacing out. What's going on? What are you leaving behind? You're ready to go. You're like, I've had enough of this. Like, I gotta get out. I gotta go do something. Like, there's something that you're seeking and you're not getting wherever you are. You have to go out and find it. You have to take the steps. And for many of you, you're taking that step this week. For some of you, you need to take that step this week. And if you're hesitant, break through that. Just break through it, break free. You need to do this. This is something you really, really need to do. I'm feeling pulled in this direction. Whatever is pulling you, whatever is calling to you, follow that, heed that call. Very important for you. That is bringing you home. It's bringing you to where you're supposed to be. That's why it's so strong. That's why this feeling is so strong right now. You gotta get out. You gotta get out. You've been looking at it, thinking about it. Now it's time to do it. The first step is always the hardest, right? So once you take that first step, it's like you're already home free. That's the hardest part. The rest is exciting. The rest is awesome. The rest is discovery, exploration, newness, and I'm just feeling a lot of like liberation for you. This is a huge liberation for you. Free to climb the highest mountain and swim the deepest sea. Woo! Such an exciting time for you, Pisces. This is so great. Don't think that this is just a pipe dream or that your head's in the clouds or this is just a daydream. This can be real. This can be your reality. You just have to do it and move towards it. All right, Pisces? Get out there. Aries, Ace of Swords. The time has come to do what you know you have to do. There's something that is in your face, on your mind, you know this, and it pains you to have to do it, right? It's like, but if you try to hold on to this thing, you're going to cut yourself, you're going to hurt yourself. So you can hold on to it, but loosely, gently. It can stay within your grasp, but you can't keep it for yourself. In a sense, it will always be yours, Aries, and you know that. In a sense, though, in a very specific way. And whatever way this is will vary for each of you, but you already know what this is. You understand what this is innately. And according to however your situations have unfolded, whatever has been going on, you know in your mind that you will always have this in some way. But it's like that saying, you know, if you love something, set it free. Or, you know, you can't, if you're holding a little animal, you love it, it's so cute and fuzzy and all these things, and you're just like, oh, I love this little animal, but you can't squeeze it too tight because you're gonna suffocate it, right? You can't squeeze, you have to be gentle, you have to nurture it and be like very careful with it. And that's how you have to treat. You can see the power this has in your life. You can't ignore it. It's unavoidable. But you need to let go. And you know this is the best thing for you. You know it, Aries. This is just a part of your journey, an important part. You've learned and you've gained everything that you need from this. So take that with you. Take that with you. Keep this. You can keep this in your mind, memories, however resonates with you, however helps you, but you need to now take this and implement it into your life in a different way. This has served its purpose, and now you must move forward. All right, Aries? That's for you. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'm sorry there were so many glitches this week. I'm gonna be working on upping my storage and memory and working on all these crazy computer problems. So thank you so much for bearing with me. I hope this was helpful for you. I'm sorry it was a little bit shorter and I had to kind of rush through a little bit this week, but I promise we will be back to normal sooner than later. And I appreciate you all tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next week, okay? Love you. Bye.